and welcome to another edition of Brown's Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski, and this is where you can come and get a 10-minute take on the latest happenings regarding our Cleveland Browns. Before we get to today's show, I want to remind you, if you can, please like and subscribe to this channel. And then also, hey, get your comments down there in the comment section. Let me know if you agree or disagree with some of the takes you hear, or if you agree or disagree with what the Browns are doing. On today's show, hey, we looked at the history of pick 33. So today, let's look at the history of pick 67. And there's a name in there that even I was shocked that this guy was drafted at pick 67. Stay tuned for that. Also, Sports Illustrated saying there is one position the Browns must address, and it's not quarterback, in this draft. We'll look at Riley Leonard. Speaking of quarterbacks, the Notre Dame quarterback. We'll find out if we think he'd be a good fit with the Brownies. And then, who is the Cleveland Browns fan of the year? We're going to find out. But first, let's get to pick 67. And when you go back and you look at the history of this pick, and I only went back to 2017 because there is a very interesting name at 2017. So last year was Brandon Coleman. He's a guard, went to the Commanders at pick 67. Drew Sanders, a linebacker in 2023, went to the Broncos. Davis Mills, 2021, to the Texans. How about this? Julian Aquara. Name sound familiar? Yeah, we just signed him, to our squad, but he was taken by the Lions back in 2020 at pick 67. Jalen Hurd, taken by the 49ers. He's on there as well. How about this? In 2018, do you remember Chad Thomas, defensive end from Miami, Florida? Yeah, the Brownies took him at pick 67. Chad Thomas. But here's the name that piqued my interest. In 2017, the New Orleans Saints got a running back out of the University of Tennessee. His name, Alvin Kamara. They got him at pick 67. So, as you can see, folks, you can find a diamond in the rough when you get down to pick 67. And if you look at the projections, and I'm looking at these projections, and the projections I'm looking at, everybody's got Travis Hunter number one. But we are focusing in on the guys who they think are in that 60 to 70 mode. Well, in there, not only do you find Ohio State linebacker Jack Sawyer, but we're going to need a running back, and both Trayvon Henderson and Judkins from Ohio State are both in there. Quinshon Judkins is right there. I'd love him. I love Henderson. I can't decide between the two of them, folks, who I like more. They both bring a lot to the table. And Jack Sawyer, I mean, we know what he does. If we could get him on our defense. I saw him. So I saw him at a Guardians game, and I'll tell you what, it was opening day. He threw out the first pitch. And he is a big boy. He is a specimen. So he's a lot taller than I thought he was. But Jack Sawyer, another guy who's in that 60 to 70 range, who could possibly be there for the Browns at 67. So there are a lot of players here that could fall to pick 67 that we could get. I mean, the running back situation is definitely going to have to be addressed. I mean, they're going to have to take a running back, and they're probably going to have to take one high. And so whether or not you go Travis Hunter, quarterback, then running back, or you go Travis Hunter, quarterback, and then see what's there, I think you're going to have plenty of options when you get down there at pick 67. Now, one spot that Sports Illustrated thinks the Browns must address in this draft is cornerback. And, I mean, it's easy to say because the Browns need everything, folks. And so, Denzel Ward, he's had 6 concussions. I mean, and I'm actually surprised he's still in the league. And you have Greg Newsome and Martin Emerson. Those are really your only 3 veteran quarterbacks that you have. Maybe people, the people you can kind of count on coming back, but how much can you count on them? All of them are coming up on their contracts, and Emerson and Newsome just haven't been as reliable as we had hoped. I mean, Emerson had he came out of the gates swinging his rookie year, and everybody had high hopes. And, Newsome was the same way. Newsome's a little undersized, but, it just hasn't quite panned out the way everybody was hoping with their cornerback situation. And so Sports Illustrated stepped up, and they're not playing around. They're saying the Browns need to address cornerback in this draft. I don't know. I feel offensive tackle could be a bigger need. I think we got to get this offense squared away. I mean, this team hasn't averaged 20 points a game, I think, since they've come back. I saw a stat. I'll have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. It's pretty rough, folks, where, like I said, the 5 games Flacco played, that was as close to any semblance of a real offense that we've had, really, I mean, I'll say it, since Bernie. So what about that offense then? Could Riley Leonard be the guy that comes in here and is developed, sits behind Joe Flacco and takes over? I'll tell you what, I like his size. He's 6'4", and he went to Notre Dame. But remember, he started at Duke. He played 7 games back in 2021. All honorable mention ACC in 2022, but you know how I feel about those ACC defenses, so I'm not saying much about that. Started 7 games for Duke in 2023. And then last year, went nuts. Sugar Bowl and Orange Bowl MVP at Notre Dame. Started all 16 games. He threw for almost 3,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. I mean, he had a tightrope surgery on his right ankle right after he transferred to Notre Dame, and obviously that did not slow him down. And so he's got good size, and they say he's not quite a pro caliber passer. I mean, he can move in the pocket. He can, he says he likes playing fast. He says, when the 2-minute drill comes along, that's what he likes to do. He likes to get in there and just keep the offense moving. They just don't think he has a strong enough arm to beat NFL defenders, and I kind of agree. I will say that I give Notre Dame a lot of credit every year because, they neglect to join a conference. They don't want to join a conference, and that's fine. I mean, because the Buckeyes, even in the Big Ten, you get these teams every year that are just not good. I mean, Indiana had a fluke season last year. We'll see if they can keep it going. But, typically, you're playing Northwestern or Indiana or some of these schools, even Purdue, they're just within your conference. You get these conference games, and really, they're easy wins. Notre Dame, on the other hand, playing that independent schedule, they got somebody who's coming after them every week. As you saw last year, Northern Illinois got them in week 2 when everybody thought Notre Dame would roll them, but then Notre Dame bounced right back, and they rolled Purdue. They rolled Florida State. So, Notre Dame put together some good wins. They had a good season. I didn't think they'd win the national championship because I knew the Buckeyes were going to win it. But, Riley Leonard, again, probably not for us. We need somebody who has that NFL caliber arm, and I just don't see a fit for him with the Browns anywhere this year. I mean, if you somehow you got to sign him, as an undrafted free agent or something, sure, have at it. But that's the case with Riley Leonard of Notre Dame. Hey, we're going to finish up today talking about Andrew Kennedy. He was named the Cleveland Browns Fan of the Year. He's a military veteran and a youth football coach from Akron, and the Browns had him in. They said told him he was one of the finalists, and they're giving him a tour of the facility, and then they surprised him, and they said, "Nah, we're kidding. You're not a finalist. You're the winner." And so he gets a $25,000 check, no strings attached. He was super, super happy to win it, and he said, "Look, everything I got is Browns: keychains, shirts, everything." He's a huge Browns fan, and folks, I'm telling you, that's why we're different. We are built different as Browns fans. I've been part of this this thing for as long as I can remember. My dad, and going down there. I worked at the old stadium, when they were playing those games at Municipal Stadium, worked those games and then attended a bunch of those games in the cold. And so, Browns fans are just built different, so it's nice that some of them get recognized like Andrew Kennedy did. Okay, that's going to do it for this edition. We will, we're heading right towards that draft. It's right around the corner. But remember, like and subscribe to the channel. Get your comments in there. And you know what, folks? Go Browns. We'll see you next time.